You guys remember the Jeremy Renner app?
Yes.
No.
You don't know the Jeremy Renner app?
No.
Alex, I know you know it because I just watched the Drew Good and Jeremy Renner video.
Okay, so Seth, just to break it down, Jeremy Hawkeye Renner made an app where he could connect with fans, and he basically just used it as a way to have fans pay himself money to tweet at him and for him to give a one word or one emoji response.
Yeah. So the app
it's like Cameo but worse.
Yeah, sort of. The app itself is built like Instagram, but the only one that can post is Jeremy Renner.
That sounds great.
And he just posts the same stuff that he posts on Instagram, but it's only Jeremy Renner.
Yeah, the best part about it is that it's not good.
No, it's shut down.
Well, I wonder why.
Yeah, I think he also might have gotten like sued because people were to like a post on the app, you got to use something called stars, and you have a limited amount of stars, and then you got to buy more. You start off with, I don't know. You start off with 100.
Jeremy Renner wants your money, Seth.
Yeah.
Who? No. There's no way he came up with this idea himself.
He absolutely did.
Somebody on his team said, I got an idea for you.
Oh, no, of course. I mean, it's all marketing and stuff. I mean, what do you think? You really think that he's original enough to be like, I need an app. I want to talk to my fans.
Yeah, like that's a manager. That's a manager idea right there.
I wonder if Jeremy Renner even knew about the app.
I'm sure. Well, he did the promotion for it.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, when you log onto the app, Seth, there's a promotional video by Jeremy Renner saying, "Hey, welcome to the app."
No, that was deep faked.
Oh no, I'm sure that he like actually posted on it because the posts were so one-sided and unoriginal.
Yeah, I mean it was just like pictures from IGN of him as Hawkeye.
He was in Spawn 2019.
There was no Spawn.
There was. Yeah.
Why is that the first thing on his freaking movie list?
That's actually we're gonna get to that later.
We're gonna get to that later, Seth.
Yeah, in one of the questions. But yeah, I thought I'd bring that up. That Jeremy Renner had an app and it scammed Drew Gooden, and he accidentally paid $50 on it.
What a lad!
Yeah, that was a interesting app. I wish I could have downloaded it. I would love an Instagram carbon copy. That's just Jeremy Renner.
I would love to take my personal hard-earned money and give it to somebody who has way more money than I'll ever have in my entire life.
No, not somebody.
Oh boy, Alex, I got the website for you.
Renner.
What's this website?
It's called Only Plans.
Only Renners.
Yeah. Only Renners.
It's only Jeremy Renner.
I don't think there'd be a very coveted market for that.
That's what you think.
You'd say that, but the app got real traction and people paying like hundreds of dollars to say hi to Jeremy Renner.
You think people want to see Jeremy Renner naked?
That
wasn't part of that. Whoa, what?
No, I don't.
What is Only Renner supposed to be for?
Just him.
It's just a Jeremy Renner app, but on a different platform.
Oh, okay. Yeah, now I'm the weirdo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Should we all take a shot every time we say Jeremy Renner?
I don't drink, so
I don't drink, so
shit.
Ethan, you're the alcoholic here, so
No,
I guess you could take the shots for us. 3 shots at a time.
Only alcoholics say they're not alcoholics.
The first step is acceptance.
Okay. I accept Jeremy Renner into my life.
Oh no!
Yeah.
We should probably roll the theme music now.
We got theme music.
Seth Davis. Ethan Stewart.
We're going to actually start now. So, welcome back to That's a Wrap. This is episode 2. We got me, I'm Ethan, and we got Seth. Seth, say hi.
Yes, sir. Oh, hi.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah, and then today we got a special guest, Alex Bradshaw. Alex, say hi. Tell a little bit about yourself.
Hi, I'm Alex Bradshaw. You might not know this about me, but I actually tolerate...
Thank you, Alex. That's all we have time for. All right. No, I'm kidding. Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say that I tolerate Seth and Ethan on a daily basis, but I guess that's not true anymore.
I was about to say that's kind of wrong now.
Not on a daily basis.
Yeah.
So that's a little bit about ourselves.
My life revolves around Seth and Ethan.
As does mine. Mine revolves around myself.
We know.
Yeah, I know. So this was gonna be one of the questions, but I cut it out. What's your guys' favorite movies? Because this episode is all about movies, not video games. The last one was about video games, and next week's will be too, but not this one. So Alex, you go first.
My favorite movie. Okay. My all-time favorite movie is a movie I watched recently called The Wind Rises.
Okay.
It's a Studio Ghibli movie. It's different than any of the other stuff the studio's ever done before. This was oriented towards adults it's basically a slice of life piece, what it's like to live life and deal with adult emotions and adult ambition. And it spoke a lot to me, and it reminded me why I want to work in animation in the first place, because I wanted to give, and I want to give people real emotions when they watch things that I create. I want them to feel like I'm looking into a real life and connecting with them in that way. And I think The Wind Rises did that with me, and I think it did that with a lot of others. It's nothing like they've ever done before, and it's without a doubt my favorite movie.
Awesome. Yeah, I'll have to check it out then. Because you know, I just watched my first Studio Ghibli movie, Spirited Away.
Yes.
And this will upset all the people in Brazil and Bolivia that are listening. But I don't know. I wasn't a huge fan. I thought it was beautiful and a great movie, but it's not for me. But I'm interested to check out the one that you just mentioned.
Yeah. Oh, I do want to mention that the movie is still very good. Everybody should watch that movie.
Oh yeah, it's still a great movie. I just
the 13th% of the female audience that's listening. Please trust that all of the Studio Ghibli movies are good, and Ethan is just unfamiliar with it, so it's kind of hard for him to like it on the first go.
And to the 13% of women that are watching, hey.
Hey, you non-American women.
Yeah, virtual shoulder touch. All right, Seth, I'm assuming you're still here, even though you're muted.
Nope, I'm not here.
Ah, damn, okay.
So
anyway. I forgot to mention to everybody listening, this will be an explicit episode. So prepare for, swear words in about 5 seconds, okay?
Frick.
5. I didn't start counting yet. 5,
Dang.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Butthole.
Fuck.
Whoa! That's too far, Alex.
Yeah, it is. Okay. Yeah, so Seth, you're up next. What's your favorite movie?
I'm about to sound real basic compared to Alex's answer. I'm over here with my favorite being Prisoner of Azkaban, because I'm obsessed with Harry Potter in general, right?
It's the best Harry Potter movie.
Yeah. Well, that's subjective. I could understand other Harry Potter movies being people's favorites, but
7 Part 1.
Yeah.
No, it was just camping.
Hey, who doesn't like camping?
The viewers.
You didn't like it when they were skipping rocks?
Oh boy, almost as good as the time where they were sitting in a tent talking.
That was my favorite part of the movie.
Second time where they were sitting in a tent talking.
And then they were dancing in the tent, and then they got angry in the tent.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that I loved that part when I saw it.
But yeah,
sure
Prisoner of Azkaban introduces my favorite character, Sirius Black, right? I had his wand. Everything about him is great. He was made out to be the bad guy, came out as the good guy. It broke that expectation. Just flawless.
Yep, spoiler alert, but okay.
Well, who hasn't seen it?
Alex.
Oh my.
Alex hasn't seen any of them. You also don't want to watch them.
Keep going, buddy.
I'm gonna fight you, Alex. I'm gonna fight you.
That's okay.
Just for that.
Okay, Seth. I understand you. I've watched them. I've read the books.
But yeah, I could honestly pick any Harry Potter except for part 1, I guess, because camping simulator.
Yeah.
But yeah, just like the world building, you get so immersed in it, all that. Like I'm still gonna buy a perfectly movie accurate Gryffindor setup. I need it.
I think the best part of Prisoner of Azkaban is like, especially if you haven't read the books. Like I read the books, so I knew it was gonna go on.
Yeah.
But if you haven't read the books, then you think like, oh, the movie's coming to a close. That was a really like, grim closing with Buckbeak dead and everything. And then like what was it called? The time. What was the thing that Hermione had?
Time Turner?
Time Turner, yes. The Time Turner bit happens. I'm like, oh, that's so cool, because it was like my first entry to time travel in movies.
Yeah, and I love time travel movies.
Same. Especially in like a wizarding like fantasy movie, it's not something you expect.
Mm-hmm.
The only problem is they never use it again.
Well, I mean, it was Umbridge's, so I guess it kind of makes sense because she had to give it back.
Yeah.
But I guess Umbridge just lost it at some point. I was like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Did I say Umbridge? I meant McGonagall. Oh my god.
Bro.
I really just said Umbridge, the worst character.
That's an R.I.P., Seth.
That's a whole L in my... you know what? I'm not a Harry Potter fan. Forget me.
Yeah, that's a whole alphabet of L's, Seth.
You're right.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna go next.
What's your favorite movie?
My favorite movie is Birdman, or The Unexpected Virtue of Ignorance. Yeah. So from my entry, it's pretty clear who's the film major in this group, but
What?
yeah, because you said an animated. Why did I say it like that?
So animation is a film.
No, it is. It is. Just
Uh-huh.
I'm not an animated. And what is wrong with me?
Ethan's having a stroke.
Yeah.
I am. A second one today. I'm not an animation major,
Yeah.
and I love the Harry Potter movies, but they're not my favorites. But no, my favorite movie is Birdman because it's a one-shot movie, meaning there's no visible cuts.
Yeah.
So it's filmed with hidden cuts and like it's all one shot, and that by itself is really cool. That's why I like 1917.
Yes.
But in Birdman, it feels so much more organic than it did in 1917. And not only that, it's got a lot of themes that are just really, really impactful for me. It's got stuff about, because the main character is a washed-up actor who played a character called Birdman in that universe, which is basically the equivalent of their Batman. And now he's not out of work, but he's not Birdman anymore. He is a director of a play trying to get on Broadway, or is on Broadway, and the whole movie is him struggling to stay relevant and feel like he's still got his career back without selling out, and also trying to juggle the play itself as it like falls apart, and all this stuff. And as a film person, it's cool to look at that and understand it on a level that somebody who's not someone really invested in the film would understand it, just in terms of like the behind the scenes stuff and like what it's like in the industry, which I don't know a ton about because like I'm 18, I'm not in the industry.
Well, not a lot of people know this, but Ethan actually played Robin alongside Adam West back in the old 60s Batman movies. He doesn't talk about that a lot, but that's how he can relate to it, because he too became a washed up actor in their 60s and then worked in Broadway.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Alex. I look this young, thankfully, but that's due to the slimming nature of the Robin mask.
Yeah,
it really helped rejuvenate my face.
I agree.
Yeah, no, but back to Birdman. It was also just like really impactful to look at this character and not relate to him. Like that's not the right saying. It's hard not to look at Michael Keaton's character and not relate to him, because I can't help but look at him and think, if I don't really break out into the industry like I want to, I might look like that in 40 to 50 years, depressed, struggling to stay relevant, and just wanting to, do a good job. So I really liked it. The ending is fantastic. I'm not going to spoil it in case you guys want to go watch it.
I have seen the ending.
You have seen the ending? Okay. I'm still not going to spoil it in case anyone listening hasn't seen it.
Yeah. Very ambiguous.
Very ambiguous. but I loved everything about it. So that's my favorite movie. And of course, the classic Into the Spider-Verse is another one of my favorites.
Genuinely one of the best animated movies of all time.
Absolutely.
All I got to say about Birdman is there was an extreme lack of camping. So I don't know if it'll top mine.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Sorry, it's not. Sorry, it's not Harry Potter Deathly Hallows Part 1, Seth. But
Yeah, there's also, Birdman also has a distinct lack of glasses in it, because like in The Wind Rises, the main character has glasses. And does Michael Keaton wear glasses in the movie?
No, not enough.
Seth Burdick, does he, Seth?
I don't know.
See, if Seth doesn't know, then that's probably a no.
Yeah.
So I should.
Sorry, Birdman doesn't have glasses or camping, but it is still a good movie.
Cancel Michael Keaton.
No, don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that.
Our huge fan base might hear that and go and cancel him, and then we would look like red idiots.
Yeah, Seth, don't cancel Michael Keaton.
Okay, I won't.
Everyone out there in Brazil, don't cancel Michael Keaton, please.
Please don't. We love him. He's official friend of the podcast.
Yeah, official friend of the podcast. We're gonna have him on eventually. Let's move on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So our first question comes from Ethan Stewart. And
again, this is weird.
Yeah, I don't know. He's cool. Shout out to Ethan Stewart. We love you, except Craig. Oh yeah, we are doing this explicit. Craig fucking hates you.
Whoa, that's toxic, Craig.
Yeah, Lumpy likes you though. Oh yeah, Alex, you don't know about Lumpy.
Not yet.
Should we watch the holiday special tomorrow?
We should.
Please don't make me.
Or at least attempt to see how far we can get into it.
Yeah.
You know what? Yeah. It's Seth's birthday. Right. We're gonna do what Seth wants.
That's true. All right. So, question 1, and it's kind of related. What's the worst movie you guys have ever seen?
Okay, Seth, you go first. I went first last time.
The worst movie I've ever seen?
Yeah.
Probably The Last Airbender. Only because of the expectations. I saw that in theaters when it first came out. Because I love the show. It's my favorite show of all time.
Phenomenal show.
Me and my dad, we were so excited to go see it. I don't remember if my brother and sister went. I can't remember. I think they should have. What'd you say, Alex?
Shout out to Seth's dad.
Yeah. We went to go see it. And Ethan, I like a lot of things. It's hard for me to not like a movie or anything. Yeah,
we both love Spider-Man 3.
Yeah. Like, I love Charlie and the Chocolate... I mean, I love Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory better than Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Yeah.
Debatable.
Yeah. It's hard for me to not like something. And I absolutely hate it. They did everything wrong. Well, not everything, but 98% of stuff.
The only part that was good in that movie was the opening sequence where they recreated the opening tiles of the show.
All the effects are great. It's just compared to when it came out,
2010. That was the same year as Inception, Seth.
I mean, yeah, but like,
you cannot compare a Nickelodeon budget movie to a Christopher Nolan movie.
Hang on.
What was the budget?
I'm looking that up right now.
At least $7.
At least $7. You're not wrong. It probably was $7. How much?
150 million.
How much was Inception?
160 million.
Oh, well, you see, okay.
I retract that statement.
Yeah.
You see, the effects could have been worse. Let me put it like that. Like, they were passable.
Fine.
We should ask Mr. M. Night Shyamalan, official friend of the podcast. We should have him on.
I don't want him to be a friend of the podcast. Forget him.
M. Night Shyamalan, we hate you. No, we don't.
Official enemy of the podcast.
Okay, yeah.
People in Brazil, cancel M. Night Shyamalan. Just cause.
Please do.
Because one thing I don't understand about that is how do you get every single main character's name wrong?
I don't know.
Hi, I'm Ong.
Did they even say Momo once?
No.
He showed up for like that one scene. He was gone.
Yeah, that's a really shitty CG Momo, and we're like, all right, he's gone.
Well, Momo looked more accurate than Appa. That's for sure.
The Avatar.
The feet, though.
Of Appa. Oh my god.
Yes. Because he's a sky bison. There's not one bit of chicken in him.
No.
He's literally just a bison.
Whatever. I don't even want to talk about that. I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Yeah. All right, Alex.
No,
We'll move on to you.
Buddy, you go ahead. I want to hear what you have to say.
I'll go ahead. All right.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, one of mine was Last Airbender, but we're not going to talk about that.
Okay.
Seth and I have watched the other three together.
Oh no!
One of them was Hologram Man.
That was not bad. That was fun.
It was fun. It was awful, but it was fun.
It was awful.
So I'm not really including it. But God, the last line of that movie. What are you gonna do? Vote.
Vote.
Then he walks off screen.
It's a deep hitting movie. It's a movie about democracy. Come on, Ethan.
That one cop who took out about 13 guys at the beginning.
Dude, that guy was going stupid.
He was going crazy. He shot through like 3 cars
with a pistol.
Yeah. He just couldn't die. All right. So the other two, Dolly Dearest.
I forgot about Dolly Dearest. I wiped that out of my brain.
That movie made me so mad. So, it's a bad knockoff of Child's Play and The Exorcist for some reason. So based on the title, you'd think it'd just be a knockoff of Child's Play. And for the first 30, 45 minutes, it's not inherently awful. It's not good, but it's not awful, right? We had that guy on the plane, Seth. Remember him? Who like said that
his line delivery.
Yeah, his line delivery was insane.
Every time he finished a sentence, it sounded like it was going to keep going.
Yeah. Dolly Dearest so weird. Good movie. And he just
it was like that.
Yeah. So for the first 45 minutes, it was okay. And then, like, I don't know, it just got insane. The daughter got possessed. They blew up a warehouse. Awful movie. Seth and I wanted to die by the end.
Only one person died, right? 1 or 2?
Yeah, it was just the construction worker guy.
And the maid, she got boiled.
Oh yeah, the maid got boiled alive somehow. Then the other one, which is literally the worst movie I've ever seen, House of the Dead. That movie, Alex, I don't know if you've heard of it. You know the game House of the Dead, right?
Yeah. Did you made a review about it, right?
I made a review about it.
I read your review.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry, my headphones unplugged. Yeah, I made a review about it because I review every movie, but also it's legitimately the weirdest movie I've ever seen and the worst movie because the video game House of the Dead is like a 1990 like light gun pistol arcade shooter that was hard as shit because it was meant to take your money, right? So I don't know if you guys have played it at all. Al, have you played it?
I haven't.
You guys haven't played it? Okay. I've played it a couple times at like various arcades over the years. It's fun. I enjoy it. Anyway, so the movie was made by Nightmare director Uwe Boll, who doesn't know how to make a good movie. And I'm not kidding when I say there are scenes from the game that is from 1998 in the movie. But they're not even
They were just randomly cut to the game.
Yeah, but they're not even used in action scenes. They're tiles used when transitioning to another scene. Finally,
did you forget how to talk today?
Got that out. I did. That's okay.
Take your time. Seth, it's very nice of you to notice, though.
Yeah. It's because I've been in the car for 12 hours for the past day.
Jeez, why is that?
I drove to Michigan.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Yeah.
How could you forget?
It was okay. Yeah.
I didn't forget.
Yeah. So, yeah, worst movie I've ever seen because the dialogue is awful. The amount of sex like references in it, not even sex itself, sex references is insane.
And that's the thing. It feels insane, but it wasn't even throughout the whole movie. It was only like the first 30 minutes.
Hi everyone. Sorry that it's like a weird like cut here. The thing that we used to record, the Craig bot decided to be a dumbass and cut out like mid-conversation. So we started it up again, but there's just a weird cut. So yeah, we're going back into it. Craig, I swear to God. All right, so Alex, what were you saying?
Oh, you were talking about the House of the Dead thing.
Oh yeah, so it's such an awful movie. But yeah, I loved it, but mostly because I watched it with Seth. If I had watched it by myself, I would have hated it.
See, it's like the whole cringe TikTok thing, you know? Like, while I can on my I honestly, I think, and Seth, feel free to cover your ears for this. I think that Seth makes everything better.
Yeah.
Ew, no, stop.
I told you to cover your ears.
That is cap.
Ethan,
that's a whole lot of cap.
What do you think, Ethan?
No, I agree. Seth makes movies better.
Yeah.
All right, Alex. So
why?
Because you're funny.
Yeah.
Ethan, nice way to save that by going, oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not going to show emotion. So, Alex, what's the worst movie that you've ever seen?
So, obviously, everybody wants to say Last Airbender and other movies.
Yeah.
But I will die on this hill. Skyscraper is the worst piece of garbage I've ever seen in my entire life.
That movie was okay, I thought.
No, I hated it.
I don't even know what that movie is. Skyscraper?
It's like a ripoff of Die Hard with The Rock.
It's even worse. Let me tell you why I hate it.
Oh, is that one of those movies they make to like get big sales in China? Or it's just like all action? Okay. Number
1, The Rock is disabled, but it doesn't matter. What's the point?
In the movie or in real life?
No, in the movie. He's not disabled in real life.
No, like in the movie.
I didn't think so.
No, like what's the point of making his character disabled if it makes him even better somehow?
That's the point.
Literally, if anything, he uses his leg as a zip line or something at one point, so it helps him. If anything,
that's kind of cool.
It never holds him back, and it's like, well, then what's the point of watching a disabled character if there's no purpose to having them be disabled? What's the point? Like, it added nothing to the story. It was just like, I have a fake leg.
Why?
Because he had the fake leg. The zip line was meaningless. He probably could have just rooted his way leg. I mean, there are a million other things to zip line with. He had a crowbar, for crying out loud.
Yeah, but that's not a fake leg. Seth, what do you think?
Got a point.
Well, I mean, I guess you're right.
You don't use a crowbar for mobility. You use a leg for mobility.
I guess you're right. Logistically, a crowbar and a prosthetic leg are not the same. So I will back down on that part. But it was just the so. And then a big thing is like, so Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, just like in every movie, is the smartest man in the world.
Well, yeah, he's like that in real life.
He is so muscular and so tall and so smart. And
like me.
Yeah. And his smart and so his wife is just like a normal woman who is like, maybe she's like a nurse or honestly, it doesn't even matter. So she's just knows nothing about technology, but he's just like, have you tried turning it off and on again? And then when we get to the end of the movie, she has this big tablet that controls the whole building. And then she's just like, oh, well, let me turn off the tablet and turn it back on. And no, all of a sudden, this gigantic, high-tech, hacked skyscraper that was originally under the control of a terrorist organization was now free of being hacked, was now completely within the holder of the tablet because she restarted the tablet.
Hey, that sounds like a good ending to me.
Yeah, that's how my Xbox works.
I literally died and did not come back to life.
You mean this weird tablet in the wall that's just fire on it? Is that what you're talking about? I'm looking at pictures.
It was like a actual tablet that she held in her hands. And then the kicker, she says that to the EMT because there's an EMT because the building is on. It's a whole thing.
Why was she saying this to the EMT?
Because she was next to him.
Okay.
And he was like an EMT cop person. He handed her the tablet, And then when she did it, she's like, "Oh, I figured it out. I turned it on and off again." And she smiled at him, and he smiled back like he would get the joke. But he wasn't there. He's not married to Dwayne The Rock Johnson. He wouldn't know to turn it off and on again.
He wishes he was.
Yeah, he does. But you know what I mean?
Yeah, but I mean, my Xbox works like that. Prey was frozen a couple days ago, and I restarted my Xbox, and it works fine now.
You're right. You know, a piece of machinery that's base design was modeled in 2013 is exactly the same as a hypothetical, non-realistic geo skyscraper with a pseudo atmosphere and biodomes.
It's a big skyscraper.
It really was. It really was.
I mean, they both use Microsoft OS.
Yeah.
Yeah. Easy.
Yeah. No, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah. But so all your hate for the movie is negated.
Oh, okay, cool. Great.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah. We should watch that tomorrow.
No. I'd rather no.
I'd rather not either. We're gonna watch the Star Wars Festival.
Yes, sir. We are going to my house, so I think that I get at least some say.
But it is Seth's birthday, and I am depressed.
Alex's birthday was not long ago.
Acting like I'm not depressed.
So was Shannon's. Oh my, Ethan, you're irrelevant.
Damn it.
Your non-November birthday. Get out of here.
It's coming up soon that I can capitalize on.
Wait. May is not soon.
Yeah, it's like 6 months. Then I'll be 19 like the rest of you guys.
Yeah. And then we'll be almost 20.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
So my life has come to.
Being slightly younger than some of your friends, I guess so.
Yep. Okay. So that was fun. Question 2. This time I'm going to start because I haven't started yet. What canceled movie or movie sequel did you want to see happen? This question also comes from Ethan Stewart.
I think I know your answer.
I didn't prepare an answer, but
oh man,
sorry, I got distracted Christmas shopping. I got you guys both gifts, but
how much you spend?
In total or on each of you?
In total.
In total, about $40.
That's too much, bro.
No, each of your presents were like $20.
That's still too much.
No, let's see. Yeah, Alex, yours was 22, and Seth's yours was 21.
I gotta make you something.
Yeah, Ethan, you should tell Seth and I what to get you for Christmas, so that way Seth can know.
PS5.
Okay. I'll print you a little PS5.
Yay! It'll be like the Darth Maul video. Hey, PS5. Aww. But anyway, so canceled movies or movie sequels that I want to see happen. So personally, God, what's the movie sequel? Obviously, the main one, Spider-Man 4.
Yes, I knew it. it.
Well, no.
Which one? Seth, was that going to be yours?
Yeah, that was going to be mine.
Okay, I won't talk about that then. We can talk about it when you go. So, let's see. What else? Because I know there's been a lot of movies in the past year that have been delayed, but not necessarily canceled. There's been shows that have been canceled. Like,
was Black Widow delayed?
Black Widow is still delayed indefinitely, even though everyone's yelling at Disney to put it on Disney Plus.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought.
It's being delayed because they want to release it in theaters.
Yeah, they want to release it in China.
Yeah, like it's finished.
Yeah,
it's the
gotta make the profits.
Yeah, I'm still mad that Quiet Place Part 2 got delayed, but anyway. Let's see. Canceled movies. I mean, the DCEU had a lot of stuff planned, but just never did anything with it because it started off so horribly.
Yeah, and kept being like that.
Yeah. Well, it's got a couple cool things now. Shazam was good. Birds of Prey was really good.
Yeah.
I didn't watch Shazam.
Name another one.
Wonder Woman was all right.
I like Wonder Woman, the first one.
Yeah, okay. Outside of those three, name another one.
Man of Steel's got its merits.
It has its moments.
I like Man of Steel. overall. Well, not like overall, but like it's
fight
fine.
scene is really cool.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Also, the soundtrack is phenomenal.
The best movie, Batman v Superman. Right?
Yeah, my favorite.
It's just amazing.
2.5 hours of talking and 30 minutes of really awful CG.
And pee-pee. She drinks pee-pee in it.
Yeah, no.
the what was it? The iced tea?
Yeah, it was a grandma peach tea.
Yeah. And Jesse Eisenberg going, oh God, what's a quote from him?
I'm crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, when he was like, oh, strong grip. You guys shouldn't fight.
Yeah, yeah. He was like, would not want to pick a fight with this person.
Yeah. Wait, oh my God, are you some sort of Superman?
Wow, and you're wearing all black like some sort of bat, man. Yeah, I can.
Why'd you do that name?
Yeah, I can't really think of any movies that I wanted to see that were canceled. I think movies that I wanted to see that were delayed, or like delayed indefinitely. More so just shows that have been canceled.
But buddy, you came up with the question.
Yeah, I know I came up with the question. I was busy buying you a Christmas gift.
Yeah, damn it, Alex, how dare you?
Yeah, this is your fault. So we're gonna move on to me, just stumbling over everything, and move on to Seth.
Spider-Man 4. We all want it.
Yeah. We do.
We might kind of. We're gonna get like a Spider-Man 3.1 if he ends up in the next Spider-Man movie. Hopefully, I need explanation of what happened. I need it.
You know what?
Because
I don't. Yeah.
What were you gonna say?
Oh, I don't need any explanation for how it gets into Tom Holland's universe. I just need him there.
I just want him. He can literally just show up and just be there and be like, "Oh, you're here? Yeah, I'm here."
Yeah, he can be delivering pizza and go pizza time, and I'll go, "Oh, cool."
I literally don't care if one frame he's not there and he just pops in. No animation, no nothing. He's just there. He needs to be there.
Peter's talking to MJ, and then the scene cuts to MJ. Then the scene cuts back, and Tobey Maguire's there.
Peter, you look kind of old.
That's rude, MJ.
Yeah, Tom Holland turns around. He's like, "Whoa, who are you?" And Peter, like Tobey Maguire, goes, "You know what they say? Eat your green vegetables." And then Tom Holland goes, "Whoa, that's what my mom always told me."
What do you think about idea?
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, what do you think about that idea where they're like they want Tobey Maguire to show up, and then Peter is all like, "Uncle Ben?" He's like, "What? No, I'm Peter." I don't really like that.
I don't know. I
think it's kind of weird.
I have no particular issue with that. I understand why it would be weird.
I wouldn't be mad. I wouldn't be mad if it happened.
I mean, I feel like that it would kind of pitch into the whole like
fan service.
Yeah, kind of like because lots of hardcore, Raimi Spider-Man fans would like stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I mean, I it's unoffensive at the very least.
Yeah, true.
I just realized that I put up on, and I'll probably cut this out. But I just realized that I put up on my Snapchat story, like advertising that's a wrap. I never included the link.
Oh my God.
I'm an idiot.
You don't need a link.
Hang on, let me put that up right now.
If they're real fans, they'll look for it.
Yeah.
Okay. 1 second. I'm uploading the link right now. And like I said, I'm gonna cut all this part out. But yeah.
Seth. If you had to pick a Spider-Man villain to be in Spider-Man 4, who would it be?
Any? Out of any Spider-Man villain?
Any Spider-Man villain.
Because the plan was Vulture.
Yeah. Which one haven't we had yet? That's like really good. I mean, we're gonna get Carnage.
Yeah, let's see. Because Spider-Man 1, we had Green Goblin. 2, we had Doc Ock. 3, we had Venom, Sandman, and New Goblin.
Hobgoblin, I guess. Hob kind of Goblin.
Sort of Hobgoblin, yeah. And then Talisman 1, we had Lizard. Talisman 2, Electro, and Goblin again. And then we had Vulture, sort of Shocker, and sort of.
Don't forget Rhino. Rhino was in Tasm 2.
Oh yeah, I am the Rhino.
Yeah. But at the same time though, like we know Electro is coming back, so
Jamie Foxx.
You could do a comeback.
Yeah, but like
they're setting up for the Sinister Six already. They've been doing that.
Mm-hmm.
It's time. They don't need a bunch of build up anymore, you know.
Yeah, they could do it because the Sinister Six changes characters so much.
Yeah,
that like they could, because the original Sinister Six was Mysterio, Doc Ock, Sandman, Electro, Vulture, and Rhino.
Rhino, yeah.
Petitions aren't made to be in the Sinister Six.
Yeah, sure. She could be Doc Ock.
Sure.
It'd be a really weird change of tone. But
she wouldn't really know. She's old. She doesn't really know what's going on.
We haven't seen Scorpion. Not really.
No, yeah, we have.
Well, like we've seen him, but not.
Yeah, he was there. He didn't do anything.
Yeah, yeah. Matt Gargan was there, not Scorpion.
He's kind of. I don't know if he's like big enough for a full movie though.
Not by himself, probably not. He'll probably be in Sinister Six or Spider-Man 3.
Yeah.
What if we get a Sinister Six movie alone? Just them.
That was the plan. That was. Oh, I just thought of a canceled movie that I wanted, Tasm 3. I really wanted Tasm 3.
Forget it.
Andrew didn't want to do it anymore.
Yeah, he did.
Are you sure?
Yeah, Andrew's been super big into Spider-Man, and he's said multiple times that if they want him in the MCU, he'll join.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was.
Well, who wanted to
really Toby didn't really want to do it anymore after Spider-Man 3.
Yeah,
like he was willing, but he was tired of it. But no, Andrew was really looking forward to a Tasm 3.
I know there was a person, like a big part of the production team that didn't want to do it. Who was that?
Sony in general.
Sony, yeah. And Avi Arad.
Oh yeah. That guy.
Well, Avi Arad wanted to do it, but it was like how Sony messed with Spider-Man 3. He wanted to do it his way. And Mark Webb was like, no, fuck off. It's my movie. So Avi Arad was like, all right, we're shutting it down.
Sounds like something he would do. He's He's the famous Spider-Man ruiner.
Yeah, because he really messed with Tasm too.
And the original Spider-Man 1, 2, and 3.
He did. Yeah. Thankfully not 1 and 2. Or no, it's not that much.
Oh well, he tried.
He tried, yeah.
Not for lack of trying.
I really like the idea that Sam Raimi purposefully made Spider-Man 3 weird as fuck just to mess with him.
That's why I like it even more.
Yeah. I don't know if that's true or not, but if it is, that gives me so much respect for the guy that, they want me to put Venom in? I'll give him Venom. And I did the dancing scene, just be like, yeah, fuck you, Avi Arad.
Yeah, this is Venom finger guns.
Yeah.
He looked at Sony and said, I'm going to put some dirt in your eye.
Yeah, I missed the part where that's my problem. He said he got any with nuts.
Go make me some.
How do you make nuts? That was such a weird part of the movie.
It was, but I don't know. Like every time I enjoy it, every single time.
Yeah, every time it comes along, it's like yeah, and then he abuses Mary Jane.
Don't we all?
No.
Yeah, Kirsten Dunst and him did not have good chemistry.
Not a single time.
Yeah, at least Andrew Garfield and Emma Stone had great chemistry because they were dating.
Yeah, it's kind of natural.
That doesn't count.
Yeah, it does.
No, it does not.
Yeah, it does.
That doesn't count as like. Well, yeah, it doesn't count as like acting chemistry. I mean, you can't give them credit for having chemistry on screen because of like acting. It doesn't really count. It's not the same.
I can. All right, Alex. What's a movie? What's a movie that you wanted to see that was canceled?
I don't know if it still falls in the same category of like maybe not being canceled, but not really being a priority.
So like development hell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Judge Dredd 2 with Carl Urban.
Oh yeah, that was a good movie.
Yeah, I know that it wasn't as big as they wanted it to be because of the budget they had, but I feel like
it also came out the same year as Avengers.
Yeah, and I feel like that if they had a chance to make another one, they could have done a real world building movie.
Mm-hmm. They could have brought Stallone into the villain.
Yeah, I mean they could have just yeah, they could have done a lot. And
I am the law.
And it's I feel like that Carl Urban did a great job because he did. And just at this point I feel like that he's too busy doing other things to dedicate a lot of time to that.
Mostly with the boys.
Yeah, and I just really I hear that they're going to make a TV show about Mega City, which I would love. I think that'd be really interesting, and they should do that. But in terms of it being centered around Judge Dredd, it seems like for the foreseeable future that it's not going to be a priority, and most likely not going to happen anytime soon. So that I will say that is a big disappointment, in my opinion.
Something I really appreciated about Dredd 2012 is I love that this is something I haven't seen very much at all. I love superhero movies where the main actor just doesn't take off the mask.
Yes.
Such a huge, and especially in movies where every time it's Robert Downey Jr. or Tom Holland, where people take off their mask to give that star power to the movie. Like, hey, I want my face in it as much as possible.
Well, no, I mean, I have to be fair. I mean, it's not really in character for them to not to keep their masks off.
Yeah, they're not like the Mandalorian.
Yeah, I mean, like
you can't. Spider-Man, he'd probably keep it on more. Like he should just reveal himself.
I mean, I guess.
But Tony Stark, he's all about himself. Well,
yeah,
but earlier.
I mean, but at the same time, I mean, it's not. I mean, Peter Parker is not exactly I mean, he for the most part, he does focus a lot on being that friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, and he's pretty lax. I mean, that's why in like half the comic book cover you see him lifting up his mask halfway to eat a sandwich. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. But also, like, it just in general, I've seen that as a trend where a lot of modern-ish superhero movies will give any chance they get to ditch the main actor's mask, they'll take it because they need that star power visibility.
I'll give you Batman for sure.
Yes.
And like same thing with the original Judge Dredd. I mean, like he took off his mask in like the first in like the first 1/3 of the movie, and like that's a big thing with him in the comics is that we don't know what his face looks like, and he basically always has the mask on, and it's just I don't know.
Just look at X-Men, like Wolverine. He never put a mask on. Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and it's just there becomes a point where it's just like, are you going to commit or are you not going to commit? Because even ones where they have the heroes maskless, they still commit. You know what I mean? To having the hero be themselves, or at least having an interpretation.
Right. I wonder if that's something like a contract where contract says, all right, you can join this movie, but your mask is going to be mostly masked for 90% of the movie. As a contract of like Iron Man, where it's like, hey, you're going to be like have your mask off for a lot of this movie because we need the star power. I don't know. But it was just something about Judge Dredd that I noticed that Carl Urban took his mask off, and I only knew it was him because it's the voice.
Yeah, and that's a big problem with like the original, because I don't know. I don't think that the Stallone movie captures Judge Dredd the way that that Dredd 2012 does.
The original also can't be.
It's just not a good movie. So I think it's a big shame that that's not being looked into further.
Yeah, that was also something I noticed, like the mask thing, about V for Vendetta. The guy that played V. God, I forgot his name. He played Red Skull.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I don't know his name.
It doesn't matter.
Hugo Weaving?
Sounds right to me.
Ethan?
Huge actor for years. But V for Vendetta, he agreed to take the role. Never once did he have his mask off. Like, you don't see his face at all for the 2-hour runtime.
Yeah. You know,
And
and
it was him because the voice.
yeah, and you know, a lot of that totally comes down to just like marketability, and because at the end of the day, actors don't care about marketing; they get paid either way. It's the studios who really want to hone in that, you know, that the marketability because they get the money from marketing. The actors, the reason I mean, their marketing, the marketing they do is purely comes from contractual obligation. You know. I mean, so like, unfortunately, a lot of stuff does, you know, boil down to we're at the will of what the studios want to do and what they think is important.
Definitely. All right. Well, that was question 2. So I kind of ditched the idea of having 3 questions because the podcast is long enough as it is. So we're just gonna move right on to the big discussion. Yay!
Hooray!
Yay! He said something. Seth, say yay.
Oh man,
we'll take it.
All right,
that's all you're getting out of me.
We'll take it.
Cool. Big discussion time. We're gonna talk about Star Wars. I don't really have like a direct like focus for this because I thought about like what's your thoughts about the current state of Star Wars? What's your history with Star Wars? I thought about like all that type of stuff, but all of it seemed just kind of like, I don't know,
overdone.
So so I decided to just keep it vague.
Just be talking.
Just be talking about Star Wars. So, Alex, do you want The Mandalorian spoiled for you or not?
Honestly, I don't know if it'll make a difference for me either way.
Hold up. Have you watched Clone Wars?
The animation?
Yes.
Yeah.
I have not. But, like, well, here's the thing. I like Star Wars a lot, but I have a really hard time letting myself indulge into specific Star Wars media. You know what I mean?
No.
Nah.
Are you not going to humor me at all?
Fine. Yes, I understand what you mean. Keep going.
Well, it's just it's not like I like Star Wars and I enjoy the things that come out of it. I just there's just so much other stuff out that takes up more of my thought process and more of my time, and it gets down to the point where it's like it's kind of like, you know, you spend so much time being excited for something, and then when it doesn't deliver, I think that I'm still kind of writing off some of the disappointment I felt for Mandalorian season 1. You know what I mean?
That's
okay.
I know the episodes were boring as hell.
Yeah, and that, I mean, and there were 8 episodes, 4 of which were four. I mean, like 4 of which were solid, and some of those 4 were very good. I mean, that's not exactly amazing television right there, you know?
Well, I'm gonna spoil something for you. Season 2 is the same.
Well, but see, and that's the thing that I have an issue with.
2 and 4 of season 2 were not great. Episode 2 was garbage.
But that's the thing. There were many parts of The Mandalorian in season 1 that I really loved, especially towards the end.
Mm-hmm.
And the first episode, but those middle parts stayed pretty inconsistent.
Yeah,
and that bothers me. And it's like, I know that it's very hyped up, and I don't think that it doesn't live up to the hype, but in a lot of ways, it's just not as good as people want it to be, I think.
I disagree.
How so?
I think the main reason... Yeah, go ahead, Seth.
The Mandalorian, as a show, could be released as movies, and it would be better than the sequels entirely.
How?
Yeah.
How?
Because it actually makes sense.
How do the sequels not make sense?
Where did Palpatine come from?
I didn't watch the prequels.
No,
yes, you did.
No,
even if you watched the prequels, no, I mean, like in the sequels, where did he come from?
He was living on that desolate.
How did he get there?
Well, I don't know. They didn't talk about it.
Nobody knows. Exactly.
Wait. Hold on.
Episode 9 starts off with Palpatine has returned.
Okay.
But what's the point of giving out information if it's not pertinent to the story? Like, really, how much?
It is pertinent to the story.
He's the main villain.
Yeah, but so what? So we're supposed to just get a very detailed explanation of what the past 50 to 60 years have been like? I mean, is it really that?
Alex, he was picked up and thrown down a reactor shaft. That is death.
Yeah.
You're dead. You are dead after that. And they were like, nah, he's back. Just because.
Okay, well, but what about the Ultimate Universe? I mean, there's a lots of explanation between there. I mean, obviously they took
a lot of that is non-canon now. That's kind of weird. That's a little gray area.
Yeah, but you can still, I mean, clearly inspiration has been taken from that. But also it's just like, I mean, you have to keep in mind, I mean, like, I don't see that as necessary information. I don't think it would have added or taken away to his story, because I mean, it's not like that's a whole separate movie on its own.
Made.
What?
That's the one I should have made, because there was only, let's see, in between. Oh no, that's not true. Sorry, out loud thinking. Yeah, they should have waited and just made, or better yet, maybe not waited, because that would be a really weird marketing decision.
Yeah.
But have the opening of episode 9, instead of it being Kylo finding Palpatine, show like a flashback or something to
just show how he survived, or anything.
But do you really think that little bit would be enough to quench your thirst?
Yes,
it would be better than what we got.
It wouldn't completely fix it.
Honestly, guys,
how Palpatine has returned.
Look, I've had a lot of conversation with both of you about the prequels, and I feel like that every time we talk about it, you guys go to a point where like, oh yeah, I guess I can see where you're coming from, and then immediately switch back to whatever you were previously thinking.
Yeah, but this isn't about the prequels, though.
This is sequels.
I'm talking about the sequels. Did I say
prequels? Yeah,
I meant sequels. Okay. I mean, look, they have their problems, but I really think that the hatred for them is blown way out of proportion.
I don't hate them. I'll happily watch it again.
Yeah. I'm not one of those people that's like, fuck the sequels, I hate everything about them. No, there's really good parts in the sequels.
I don't think they should be like retcon like people want.
Not at all. Wait, but then explain to me, how is The Mandalorian more solid than the sequels? Because Palpatine hasn't been explained, but that doesn't necessarily not make sense. That's just not talked about.
So
there's nothing that cannot make sense.
Seth, do you mind if I take this one real quick?
Go ahead.
All right. So the main problem, at least for me, when watching episode 9, was it felt like how it felt when I watched Spider-Man 3. Like, I enjoyed it, but it just felt way too crammed and like packed of fan service. There was a lot of fan service, and some of it was good. Some of it was good, like the final scene where like all those ships appear in the air.
Mm-hmm.
That was really cool. I liked that. But a lot of the fan service in it just felt really just put in there just to appease the fans as a almost apology letter for Last Jedi.
Yeah, just to be like, aha, see, look, we love you guys.
Yeah, and Mandalorian, on the other hand, is a bit more downplayed. It's more self-contained. Like, it's in the Star Wars universe, and it follows this unnamed Mandalorian who we later learn is Din Djarin. It follows him in the Star Wars universe, just existing. There's Easter eggs and references to other stuff, but it's not beating you over the head with, this is the Force, this is the Jedi, this is Palpatine. It's, hey, this is the Mandalorian making his way in the universe. And season 2 expands on the lore more. Like, and I'm gonna spoil it right now, Alex. And spoilers for everybody that hasn't seen the newest episode. Ahsoka's in the newest episode.
Okay.
Right? And that was really cool. But even that felt more like Din Djarin was walking through all these characters' lives instead of the characters coming to him with their lives. It wasn't Ahsoka explaining her whole history and backstory.
She didn't explain anything.
Or even what she was doing. It showed a little snippet of her asking about Thrawn, which was really cool and a good reference. But it didn't beat you over the head with it, and if you didn't get it, you didn't get it. Which is fine. So I think that's where The Mandalorian differs, is you can watch it, and it doesn't feel like you're constantly being assaulted with fan service and over-the-top things.
Just because the writing is really simplistic. It's not...
Wow, that's what I like. It's a simple show.
Well,
I can understand that, Alex. Especially in season 2, a lot of the episodes do feel kind of just like side quest.
Yeah, but I have another thing too. It's just and overall, it really has it has the traditional start, climax, finish, but it doesn't get what I mean by not fitting within our demographic. When you compare it to the similar trope of like lone wolf or lone wolf story, and this is still technically one because the child can't talk. I mean, he's a baby.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that what they're doing and what they're showing lacks when comparing it to other things of that cliche, of that niche. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. But I think
the writing,
also some of that is hindered by the Star Wars brand and the Disney brand, which isn't the writer's fault inherently, because there's only so much you can show in a franchise. That's why we're never going to get an R-rated Vader movie. I would love to see an R-rated Vader movie based on the Vader comics of him hunting down the Jedi. I would love to see that, but it's not going to happen because Star Wars, over the past 30 years, has developed into a family brand. For better or for worse, it's developed into that. So we don't get the dark stuff like Legends. We don't get the dark stuff like the Vader stuff. Which Rogue One really did more than I thought it was going to do with that ending Vader scene.
But
so
I'm more talking about like the complexity of the visuals. I mean, like, we get cool things, but in terms of like, it lacks I guess the best way I can describe it is unrecognizable. You know what I mean? It lacks the out of field of view. It feels standard and typical and it just feels too recognizable for a younger audience, and it doesn't really feel like it does. I don't feel. And see, like, I understand where you're coming through, Seth, with like the simplicity of it, but I at least in some ways, I want to work for something. You know, I want to be pulled into the show. It kind of takes me away from it, where everything is directly handed to me, and it's like, this is how this is, and that's how that is. And
but you only watched episode 1 of season 2, right?
Yes, and that's another thing. I'm strictly speaking from what I've seen from season 1, but that's still my point. Because of because of that persistency of what I just talked about in season 1, that is what dwindled my longing to watch the show like everybody else has. Is my point.
Well, if you finish season 2, you will see that there are a lot of questions now.
Oh, okay, yeah, I know, I believe you. I'm just saying, like, that's the reason why I haven't watched it yet.
Well, you should.
Yeah, I
genuinely think you'll like it.
Okay.
Yeah. Like I said, there's one episode that I really didn't like. It's the second episode.
I was perfectly fine with it.
It's got some cool moments, but I don't know. But no, I understand what you're saying, Alex. Mm-hmm. I think the difference is that when we started the show, we went into it with different mentalities. And I think that's about, like, and I think the general audience, I went into it expecting just a Star Wars show. Because at the end of the day, this is Star Wars. And the question we're talking about isn't, is the Mandalorian phenomenal? This is the best thing that Star Wars has done in the past 10 years or so. And I don't know. There's something about that simplicity that I like better than the overcomplicated overcomplicated sequels.
But the thing that gets me is that there's a huge difference between watching a mediocre movie and a mediocre TV show.
Yeah.
Like, you can handle if a movie is too flashy or is a little overbearing, that's just one movie. It's tolerable and it's more digestible because of how it's spread out. If a TV show has bad writing, it's consistent and there's less content, which means that there's less amount of time to make an impression.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Seth, do you have any thoughts?
Yeah, not really.
You get where I'm coming from.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, no, and I understand why you guys like it. I just think, I'm just at a point where I expect a certain thing from TV shows, and I think that the Star Wars niche just isn't enough for me to kick with it anymore. You know what I mean?
What do you think about the writing in The Rise of Skywalker?
I don't remember a lot of the things outside of the. Are you talking about Luke specifically?
No, just like in general, especially Rey's character arc in that movie. That's the main thing I have a problem with. Ethan knows what I'm talking about.
In general, I felt like that she was it kind of felt like that they were going her down. I feel like they lacked character depth for her. I want to say I liked Luke. I liked the way that he was done. I like characters like that, and so I enjoyed their interpretation of him.
I do too.
I felt like the complexities in Rey's character that came up, especially with things like her connecting with the dark side and her connections with like Kylo. I feel like a lot of that was not given proper attention.
Yeah.
And that's why I agree with Ethan when Rian Johnson should have directed the ninth one. In closing, Seth, I understand where you're coming from, and I respect you as an individual.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
You hate me.
Nah, you're my best friend.
We shouldn't have all these SJWs in Star Wars. They're ruining it. It should be all men.
Yeah,
I didn't say that now.
Yeah. No, because there's people saying that, and it's stupid. Because in Star Wars Squadrons, there's a non-binary character, and like half the fan base was like, "I hate this. They're ruining Star Wars." I'm like, dude, relax.
Yeah, it's almost like everybody deserves some form of representation, and fuck you for not thinking so.
Yeah, straight guys have had their representation since, like, I don't know, the dawn of time.
Yeah, Seth and me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, you singled me out pretty quick, Alex.
Well, I also said and me.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. And Craig.
Is Craig straight?
Craig's a robot. I don't care what Craig wants.
Yeah, who cares what Craig wants?
About Lumpy.
I hate Craig.
I don't even know who Lumpy is.
You'll find out.
You'll find out tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Quack.
Our viewers know.
Do they?
I hope so.
I hope so.
Yeah. If not, go watch the Star Wars special.
Go watch it, guys.
Just don't even watch the full thing. Watch a YouTube reaction of it.
Yeah.
I suggest a blind wave one.
Yeah.
You know, to our friends in Indonesia and Brazil, go watch it.
Mm-hmm.
Please.
So, yeah. Thanks for listening.
Take it to the bank, guys.
I'm not done talking, Alex.
All right, okay. I'll wait.
Thank you. So, thanks for listening. This has been That's a Wrap. I know I've already said that, but it's late. Yeah, we'll see you next week. That's a wrap.
Said it 3 times.
Oh.
Wait, no. Seth and I should say it now. Seth, you say it.
All
right. That's a wrap. Yep.
That is a wrap.
Oh, I like yours. I like yours a lot more.
That's we finished it. Bye.
Yeah, we did it. Bye.